Taurus.
Hello everyone, I have an announcement to make before we get on with this month's forecast, and we have some exciting news. We've developed what we call the audioscopes, and this is coming in addition to what you get here on YouTube. There are YouTube videos outlined what you can expect and when, outlines the dates and so forth. The audioscopes though, they go a little bit deeper into the material and what you can expect emotionally, spiritually, and how to roll with the energies and the influences coming in the current months. So you can check it out for your convenience. I'm putting down the link right here and also down in the description area so that you can find it there on the home page. Now these audioscopes run approximately 15 minutes. This is your August forecast for 2013, and this month is a little bit choppy. Okay, there's some up, there's some down. So we're going to talk about the good and the bad. Not necessarily bad, but there is a few challenges and it's good to be aware of them. But we're starting out here just wanting to look now first and foremost what's going on in your third house, because this is where Jupiter is, and right now Jupiter is really, angled very well to your sun sign. So you will start feeling, Taurus, that your energy is rising, that your communication is more optimistic than what it has been. It's been, for the whole last year, touring your financial house, and for some of you that has been difficult depending on your personal aspects to your own individual charts. Now Jupiter in the second house where it's been could really show that things are expanding or have been expanding, where you've really been profiting a whole lot more. That's the upside of it. But then again, if you have personal planets that are squaring, opposing, well then some of you have had hardship to endure. And that now is moving into your third house, so financials won't be that targeted, but now it's more about how you communicate, who you communicate with, and Jupiter's always full of optimism, enthusiasm. So you'll feel that, it's like your heart chakra opening up a little bit more in the way you look at the future. Jupiter always rules the future and what's on that horizon. So for you now, it's more like people will hear this, that you're starting to look ahead and what you're looking ahead to do. We got Mars, we got Mercury also in this very same area. And Mercury's been lingering there for the last 6, 7, 8 weeks, retrograde, moving really, really slowly. So some of you have had perhaps delays in working with documents and papers and signings and meetings and all kind of things that Mercury rules. And some of it might not have been easy because it is retrograde. It's dealing with the past, old stuff, old karma, and clearing those things out. But thank God now from the 20th of July, she's moving forward, still in the sign of Cancer, and she will be there until August 8th, and then she's leaving. Now the funny thing is, it's taken nearly 8 weeks for her to complete just this one little sector, but just over the next 14 days, she's moving through 2 signs just to catch up. Can you imagine? So there you can see how the planets work and what retrograde really delays, but then picking up speed. And so, yes, let's start off here on the top of the month, what you can be expecting. It's really starting out nice. First and second, we have some healing type energies coming in here, and this is Mars. So it has to do with men, has to do with your own actions, what you take action upon, a situation that might in the past have been a little bit difficult. So now it's kind of coming in, asking to be recognized, asking to be heard and felt and seen. And as you take this into your own heart chakra, you will also give this back out. And I'm saying giving it out. Why? Because it is in this third house of communication. So meaning whoever it is that there might have been a little tiff with earlier, this would be the time to bring it up and let bygones be bygones. And not only is Mars here in trine with Chiron to help heal this, But Venus is also showing Chiron here. Yes, in an opposition, but these oppositions aren't really all that difficult. What it does is really help you see the other person's side too, as well as your own. And this is why I'm thinking it's going to be a very potent first day of August. And the beauty and why it's really, really nice is because Venus and Mars, they have a golden beam here together in a sextile. So if this has to do with your beloved, then I see this being harmonious, where both of you are listening to one another, affirming that you're listening and validating what you have heard. So this is really kissing and making up and putting whatever the issue is in the past. Now on the 4th, we have the Sun and Uranus. They are making a trine. That's a golden angle. And the Sun is you, and Uranus is all these unexpected things that kind of come out of the blue. For you, this will be in the home area. And Uranus is in the 12th, so something perhaps that you've been thinking about for a while. And then boom, there it is. And it might be a change or something, a new idea that can come into this area, or it might be something that's affecting the home environment with family. There might be something there that might trigger. And the new moon is on the 6th, so this is very close, and this aspect of the Sun and Uranus will still be somewhat in effect. So expect something to trigger. The new moon in this area is, when we always talk about our new moons. This is the time you want to make these promises. That's what affirmations are. Affirmations is only you promising yourself what you're going to do for you. And it being in the 4th house of the home, it's more like I see you focusing on what you want out of your home life. If you feel that your home life has been a little frazzled or a little bit all over the place or not really where you've wanted it to be because of other situations going on in your chart, well, here is the time of the year to kind of really make a promise to yourself how you want your home life to look like. The schedule, the routine, the opening, the sharing, the love, the bonding, or if it's a lack of it, how do I get more of it? That kind of thing would be the time to do it now. And say, this is what I want for me and my home and my family, and this is how I want it to be, in the upcoming months. Because as you plant these seeds, you won't get this chance before next year to do so. You might try to, you might think about it, but you know what? Next month or the other months, that new moon will be somewhere else focusing, so it won't have the same powerful, potent energy. Then we have Mercury leaving this place of communication and meetings and documents and delays that's really been somewhat perhaps a hassle for some of you. It's leaving in to the sign of Leo on the 8th. So you can expect now that there'll be more communication at home with parents or family, and also communicating and thinking. It also rules thinking. How you want to actually lay out your home or make whatever changes. You might have been so busy focusing elsewhere that this has kind of come into the background, but now it's coming in. It's going to be visited by Mars too. Mars will join this area a little bit later towards the end of the month, so that's going to pick up even more speed on the home front. But right now, Venus is in your 5th house, Taurus, so it is a time for you to chill out, have a little bit fun. When we have fun, this is when we recharge our inner batteries for the rest of the year. And Venus loves having fun. And Venus for you, like I said, there is that beautiful commitment there on the 2nd where you can really start moving ahead. Venus will be in this area to the 16th. So you have from the top of the month to the 16th to make the most of it. And then after that, well, she's going to start working on chores. 6th house is always about chores and day-to-day routines. So, if you're going to have a vacation right now, great time to have it. Then we have here also Saturn still working on your 7th house of partnerships. Some of you are committing new bonds, and in that case, it's really solidifying because that's what Saturn does. Those of you on your way out of a relationship, well, Saturn might be a little strict, because it has these rings. So you and your partner may not be able to communicate as close as you want to. There might be some difficulties there, and especially also because it is in Scorpio. So some of you, either of you, if you're having these difficulties, may not be as open right now, so it's difficult to access. But for a new relationship, I'd say that this is really tying you guys together deeper and faster than you normally would without having it here. So you see, Saturn on the 11th, we have Mercury here and Saturn. They're butting heads. It's a little bit of a difficult day where communication might be a little strained or restricted, or there might be authorities coming into the picture that might trigger some insecurities and or put things on the map here that you need to respond to or act upon. A little bit difficult, so it's going to be a day that could rattle you, but Mercury is moving now quickly, so it's not going to be lingering there for long. And then we have also this Mercury opening up for something unexpected on the 14th. Now for you, this will be between your 4th and 12th house. So something that has to do with home and family matters. It could be where you live, how you live. It could be coming from a family member. Something unexpected and surprising that first represented a challenge on the 11th, and now suddenly it's going to turn all around again. So it goes from down to up within 3 days, and then at the same time here, Venus is going to be moving into your 6th house, into the sign of Libra, and Venus rules Libra. So a little bit more feeling of harmony, a little bit more feeling of balance, and also it has been touring your area of children. So for you, it's like that phase right now is going to move into how you're going to deal with your children or your child on a more regular pattern basis, can I say. It's more like putting in perhaps a new routine in place for your children, which the 6th house is all about, those day-to-day schedules. So that may be changing for you. Then we have also the 20th and the 21st. There is unexpected turns and twists. It might have to do what pertained there to you earlier in the month on the 7th. Now coming back around here, kind of like, not to bite you in the butt, but you know what rattled you there on the 7th. Now on the 20th, I see it being challenged or being put into a new format, so that you can see whether to adjust it, whether this will work for you or not, or whoever you're working with. And it looks like that may start coming together for you. So we can see there that the first end of the first part of the month is a little bit difficult. And but then again, also here, the 23rd, we have Mercury moving out of this area and into Virgo. So things are going to lighten up. The home matters, the whole situation with your children, your finances. It's going to take a little bit of a break. And coming into this area right now, it's more like I see you thinking that now I need to take a little bit me time off, have a little bit fun, be more expressive, go out and have movement, because 5th house is all about joy and pleasure and hanging a little bit loose, meeting people just for the sake of it, just to, get some new inspirations and a new take on things. So you'll have that with you for a good while. And but then watch out, because here on the 25th, this Mercury is going to oppose Neptune. So just as you're thinking you're coming up, here's a situation. Be very clear how you communicate to anybody on this day, because you may be saying one thing and they might be hearing something totally different. Now the consequence of that might come out 2 days later, or it could be vice versa. That somebody's communicating something to you, what you're hearing, so that might send you off on an action to do something, and then suddenly that's not what was said at all, and then it's going to have to really take a big work to turn something back. So you got a couple of 2 or 3 days there, a little bit muddled, but it does help you to have a great talk through on the 26th when you're clearing up these things. Now for you, this will all be between your 5th and the 11th house, so it is either with, somebody that you have met. It could be a new love, for example. 5th house is about love, so it could be with your partner. Now 5th house is also children, so there might be something there you're asking of them and they didn't hear it, so they just acted upon what they thought they heard, or the other way around too. Or this can also play out in the area of friends or groups. That they're saying something. So just pay attention though. You'll know exactly what it is when it's your turn to experience it, 25th to 27th. Then we have end of the month. At least that's on an up note, and to be happy for it, because Mars is going to move out of where it is right now. It's going to move into Leo. Leo is energetic. Mars loves being in Leo because they're both fire signs. So you'll see how energy is going to be picking up with you, and in the area of where you live. You might start, rearranging, redecorating. You might go out and purchase new things, or you might be hanging your artwork differently. Whatever the deal is, you're going to be more active here. Mercury is really thriving also here with Pluto on the 28th, the Sun with Saturn as well. So I see intensity of communication and how even things on I'd like to call it like a higher communication. If there is anything that you need to sign, I see Pluto supporting this, okay? You might have felt that you've been challenged for a while, but Pluto is going to be supporting this Mercury there on the 28th. And I feel that you're going to feel pretty good about it too, because the energy that's with you on this date is actually giving you a more sense and feeling of you taking your power back. There's a deeper sense of authority within you, that you're not just going to kind of bend over and give in for the sake of harmony, but you're standing your grounds. And then on the 30th, you will see that whatever decision you made is actually coming out to benefit you, because that Mercury is then going to have Jupiter there. And Jupiter, we know, is the giver of gifts. It is abundant, and you will see if you stand your grounds in whatever that communication, agreement, or what, this will come to behoove you. Now the full moon here, Taurus, will be in your 10th house of career this month. So you might see there, and it is on the 20th. Pay attention to what comes in, because to me it looks like a harvest moon. You might be able to now get in there and see, some fruits of your labor in a very positive way. So full moons we love. In this house, it is career oriented. So this is what we had this month for you, Taurus. And on the audio scopes, we'll talk a little bit deeper about how to roll with these energies, what you can spiritually more expect from them. But do also now, before you leave, listen to your moon sign and rising sign. You know how important they are to you. And also listen to what's going on with your partner while you're at it. Bye now.